What's up, meatbags? I'm the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD, and I'm coming at you with what has to be the stupidest article by a games journalist. Not just today, not just this week, but I'm gonna say the whole year. This thing is so fucking dumb that I couldn't even write about it. I was so upset. My mind was just boggled by the stupidity that I said, you know what? I need to rant about it. I need to get on video, hit record, and just fucking let loose. Now, I'm not going to read this article because I don't do that on the stream. I don't do that on the fucking YouTube video like other people. You want to read it, I'm going to leave you a link to the archive because fuck these people getting any clicks for this stupid shit. I will go through it. I will move the article around because there are some things that I just can't remember because there is that much stupidity in the article. And as you know, this channel is unscripted, so I ain't writing shit down. I'm just flying at the seat of my pants. That said, let's go ahead and get on into it. As you'll fucking first notice, the name of the article is In Search of the Perfect Unproblematic Cottage Core Game. Now you're probably wondering the same thing that I was wondering when I first saw this. What the fuck is Cottage Core? Well, apparently Cottage Core is like Little House on the Prairie aesthetic meets Tumblr meets a bunch of fucking people playing make-believe because they got stuck in the house and they can't go out during the fucking COVID pandemic. Now, the first 3 paragraphs of this article have nothing to even fucking do with video games. Absolutely nothing. It's just complaining about fucking Cottage Core itself. Now, the author wants to fucking complain and say, hey, this is a privileged thing, being out in the country and having this my Little House on the Prairie aesthetic and, having a fucking garden and farming and living in a cottage. This is about colonialism and white privilege and being rich. Okay, first off, this is all bullshit. Okay, if you want a fucking garden and you live in the city, you can get a fucking garden, alright? No one's stopping you from fucking growing shit in your house or behind your house or fucking on the side of your house, alright? Number 2, nobody fucking telling these people that are non-white to fucking live in the city, okay? For the longest time, they've been saying that, laughing at flyover country, as they call it, the urban elites want to tell you that, it's flyover country, ha ha ha, country bumpkins, fucking idiots that live in places like Kansas. All the real action is in the city. Well, guess what? The fucking cities got closed. Cities were canceled for 2020, and now these motherfuckers are complaining that they don't live in the country where they get to fucking run around with the fucking trees and the grass and shit. So I guess, when the city gets canceled, then what are you going to do? Just fucking bitch and moan. Be jealous of other people what they got. And that's really what this fucking first 3 paragraphs are all about. That, can't do shit in the city now, so I'm going to complain about these people who are making cool TikToks and doing other shit because they live in the country or they live in a place where there's fucking nice, beautiful trees and forests and shit like that. Then, the fucking author's going to jump all over into Stardew Valley. Now, first off, I fucking love Stardew Valley. It's fun. It's fucking nice, mellow. If I want to relax, if I don't want something too intense, just pop in some Stardew Valley, grow some crops, fucking talk to some townsfolk, maybe go in the mine, kill a few fucking slimes. Real simple, real nice, easy aesthetic. Love the music, fucking just relaxing. Of course, this person who wrote the article, they don't know how to fucking relax. They got no chill. Because apparently Stardew Valley is not this simple, wholesome game that we thought it was. No. It's a game about privilege because apparently your fucking grandfather dying and leaving you a farm as a way to fucking kick off the game, well, that's just representative of privilege and rich people who, they have people who have stuff. So, not everybody has a rich uncle or a rich grandpa to leave them a farm, so they're gonna fucking bitch and moan about it in a fucking video game, mind you. Being used as just a way to move the plot along, to get you from the fucking city into the farm, to kind of introduce you as somebody who's an outsider to this whole fucking thing and not like a local. So that way you can go in there raw, you can go in there not knowing what people do, who people are, what's going on, and then you as the player can experience the same thing that the fucking character in the game is experiencing, meeting new people, learning about the town, learning how to grow crops, because that's what the game is about, you see, and that's how you fucking build a narrative, But oh no, because you have somebody dying and leaving you a farm, that's somehow white privilege, and it's very wrong. They don't actually say anything nice about the game. I don't even think they even played the game because they'd rather complain about an article from Vice talking about cottagecore, and not a lot of people in the UK who live in the country are non-white. I mean, first off, I don't give a fuck about the UK. All right, that's across the pond. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Number two is if people don't want to live in the country, whose fucking fault is that? Huh? Are we just gonna fucking just start bussing minorities from the city into the country so that way we could have less than 97% or whatever the fuck it is, white people living in the country? I mean, this is just fucking stupid, ridiculous. But of course, the author wants you to think that this is bad. See, they already poisoned the well to begin with at the front of the article, telling you how cottagecore is bad and privileged, and now they're just using that argument to go ahead and make it sound like these games are bad. See, they told you the thing was bad, cottagecore bad. Now any game that has cottagecore in it, obviously that's bad too. And that's all really that this whole little section on Stardew Valley is about. And it's funny because we're going to start talking about Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town. Now you see, this game is bad because there's these little sprites in it that after you help them, they want to repay the favor and they help you by, tending to your farm, watering crops, feeding the animals, doing, little fucking labor shit. But apparently that's wrong. That's colonization. That's you going as the white man and somehow forcing these innocent little spirits to do your job. And this represents, like Europeans coming over to the New World and fucking killing the Native Americans or some shit. But again, this is all just bullshit that the writer wants to tell you about. This is all bullshit that the writer thinks that it makes it sound like something profound. Because they don't know how to have fun in the game. And now, a little while ago I said I don't think that the author played Stardew Valley, and here's why. You see, the spirits in Friends of Mineral Town, the spirits in Harvest Moon, surprise, surprise, Stardew Valley has the exact same thing. So if the person actually played the fucking games, they would know that Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon both have earth spirits in it that do little fucking odd jobs around the farm for you. So if they knew that, they would actually be able to connect the two and make the article that much better, proving their stupid point. But apparently, actually playing games as a games journalist is too much to ask. They rather, read some bullshit from fucking Vice and tell you how games are bad and evil. Now the third game they want to talk about is Animal Crossing. And you'll notice a pattern right off the bat, that these are three of the most popular types of games like this: Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley. Now, the article is in search of the most, what was it? In search of the perfect, unproblematic cottagecore game. But apparently the search only went to the fucking three most popular games. They didn't talk about games like Garden Paws. They didn't talk about games like World's Dawn. They didn't even talk about Ooblets, Staxel, My Time in Portia. They didn't talk about the many, many farming sim games. No, because you see, this article wasn't about games. This article wasn't about actually looking for a good game. The article was just to fucking complain and whine and moan and say, hey, you guys are having a fun time, and you know what? I don't want you to have a fun time. I want you to be fucking sad and pathetic like me. But let's get back into it. Animal Crossing, what's wrong with this? Well, apparently, by you taking this deserted island, and yes, the island is deserted, despite what the author will tell you, the island has no fucking living inhabitants. There is a ghost on the island, which the author mistakes for a person because maybe they didn't play the game or maybe they're just fucking trying to lie to their audience. But see, the problem with this game is that you take the island and you transform it. And that's, again, some kind of colonization analog. And it lets you know that you're some kind of evil person that's dominating the land with no care for other people, having no mind that it's a fucking video game. What the fuck are you supposed to do? Just sit around doing nothing? Fucking stay on the island just existing because if you change it, then that's colonization and you can't have any fun? You know, just buy your $60 game and just fucking look at it, because actually playing it, no, that's evil. Now, of course, the good game, the quote unquote good game, isn't even a fucking cottagecore game. They didn't even fucking follow their own rules, because apparently, Untitled Goose Game is a good game. You know, that game that all the journalists were fucking jerking themselves over about because you get to play a rude duck and you're a rude goose and you're fucking honking at people. That whole bullshit. Oh yeah, that's a good cottagecore game. Because, you know, you don't play as an evil man. And the author tells you that, you know, the great thing about the goose is that it's not a person, so you don't have to worry about all the evils and horrors and colonization and white privilege, because you're not a person, and a goose doesn't have white privilege. I mean, I was a little surprised because the goose is white, but apparently it doesn't have white privilege. It doesn't get better treatment than the other kind of geese. You know what I'm saying? But the author says it's not out of the water yet, because even though that it's you know, anti-colonialism and it's bad, you're still causing trouble. You're still not quite there, because it's kind of a, you know, the author says it's a cop out. I mean, they agree that it's fun and they agree that it's a good game, but at the same time it's a cop out, because you're not thinking about these evil imperialisms and colonialisms and white privileges. So even having a game without the stuff that they complained about is bad, because now you're not thinking about the stuff that they complained about. That's how fucking ridiculous these journals are in 2020. They don't play games. They don't enjoy games when they do play games. They bitch, they moan, they whine. And if you're not bitching, moaning, and whining, then you're the problem. Now, this is all 100% unadulterated bullshit, okay? Games are supposed to be fun. Games are supposed to be played. Games are supposed to be an escape from real life. You're not supposed to try to say, hey, some horrible shit happened in real life, let's try to apply this to a fucking game. No. You're supposed to say, hey, some horrible shit happened in real life, let me play a game so I don't have to think about the horrible shit that happened in real life. But of course, you need to actually have fucking imagination. You need to be able to enjoy yourself. And you need to not fucking have your head up your own ass sniffing your own fucking farts. But I mean, that's all I gotta say about that. If you liked it, like the video. If you didn't like it, dislike the video. If you want to sub, fucking feel free to sub. If you don't want to sub, fuck it, just come back whenever you feel like it. And like what we say on this channel, love, peace, booty grease, and I'm fucking out this bitch.